Hey, welcome back, y'all DIYers. Today we're working on some doors and we got something a little unique I haven't tried before, so let's get started. All right, some of you out there, you probably are familiar with this, but this is the first time that I've done this. I actually have done a couple of doors already before I started recording some of this, but was like, I think maybe somebody would like to see some of this. So hey, what we're doing is here. This is actually a mortise lock, kind of the old, skeleton key type locks here. Working on a 100-year-old plus house, and we're actually putting in new doors. The doors and stuff in this house, somebody had just some crazy stuff that's happened, and trying to bring back some of the old and make this a little more complete, I'll say. I'm going to start out what we did first. Of course, there are some already holes that are in the jambs. And so what I did was I went ahead and hung the door on new hinges and everything, got everything lined up where I needed to be, and marked where the hole was, so I don't have to make new holes in the jamb. So once I did that, I'm going to lay down the lock here to make sure that I'm going to hit in that same hole. And what I'm doing, and this is just mainly to lay out the template to drill all my holes. So I'm going to mark this out and I'll come back and I'll show you something a little closer. Okay, so hold on. All right, so here we are. I went ahead and I took my mortise lock here and laid it out. You can see these two little marks that I got here. Hopefully you can see all this. I have a little mark right here and one right here. And what I did is I laid this down over there to make sure I'm centered. This is actually where the hole is in the jamb. Lay this down over the top to get this centered in that hole as much as I can. I don't want to make a new hole. And then marked on the outside of this mortise lock where that's at. So I'm going to then use those marks to make sure that my template, of course, this side over here on the right side here is the top of the door, bottom of the door, front of the door. So if we flip this up, what I was trying to do is I look to see if I can see the outlet side, or these are the holes I need to drill for that mortise. So I pull this up and try and line those up the best I can. The template comes with a 1 3/8 or 1 3/4 door. We have a 1 3/8 door. So I get those lined up with those marks for the mortise and get them squared up as best I can, lay them down, and then I will tape the top. Make sure that is nice, pulled nice and tight, and the bottom. Now I'll tape this down because we do have the sides for the door handle and then the skeleton keys to fit in there. I got tape on the back, like that. So, and I also made a jig so that I'm not just trying to work on top of the door edge, but something a little bit wider. I need to move it down this way, and I'll show you that here in a minute, like that. So I use this to router out all my hinges and everything like this. This is the same height as the door. It gives me a lot better platform to work on. So I can get this all drilled out. These are a 5/8 hole, and so I drill these 5 holes here, and then I actually use my router with a mortise bit to round these out a little better, so I'm not having to use the chisel and get those all out of there. So that does make it a little bit better, but the only one I have is about 1 inch deep, so that's the best as I can do. So one tool I want to show you that I was using. So what I have here is actually like a portable drill press. So another reason why I got a larger platform on the top is to be able to work this also off of. Of course, just a a drill bit here for 5/8. This Forstner bit here works pretty good. We have to drill. We did have this set up, so I got about a 3 1/8 inch, which is, and it shows you on the directions the depth for this here. So to start out, that's what I got to start drilling these. So I will show you what I do here. And when I start out, I don't do the whole thing the first time. Kind of work my way across and slowly work my way down.
Center again.
Now then, once I got those first bits, or those first holes drilled with the bit, go ahead and peel off this paper here on the outside. I did not peel it back to the corners, so I'm not peeling the corner back to here, because once this gets dropped down in there, I'll make the mark on here just to make sure that we're all square where we need to be. I don't want to make any of these marks here yet until I get this to set down in there comfortably. So I have work to do here. I'm going to take my router and router these out, slowly start working my way down. I get at least an inch down. It sure does help getting things all cleanly started down into the hole, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Like I say, once I started working my way down in here, a little handy router here by Ryobi works pretty good. And then turn around and I got another little Ryobi tool here with a dust blower. And what I'll do is bring in a little close. There you go. Now you can see down in there a little bit. So you can kind of see what we got started there. Then I'll go ahead and set the router bit a little deeper and work my way down in there a little bit more, and I'll come back with the drill bit with the portable press and press those down in there the rest of the way, and then start chiseling and get that all cleaned out down to the bottom. You got to square off the corners and get those all out, and I'll show you a few shots as we go. Out of there. There we go. So you can see we still got some material still left around here on the sides, and that's what we'll come back and we'll spend some time chiseling that stuff out and get that cleaned up. Of course, get these corners knocked out like that there, and of course this one over here, get that knocked out, and of course these over here. And there's our old mark right there, and right there for our marks for where we want the mortise to go in anyway. So so far it looks pretty good. No joke, this does take a little bit of time and patience. Make sure you got some good sharp tools, and definitely make it work. So I will do some chiseling here, and we'll bring you back in a minute. It never fits the first time. And this is very true on this one too. So pretty tight on the ends. Of course, those are the ones I need to square off and get knocked out of the way. So I will continue. Actually, I did it in there backwards. Not that it really matters, but there it is. It's still pretty tight. I only got it about that far in there. So I will keep on doing this, and we'll see you back later. All right, so I got everything all knocked out here. I think we should be able to, top, bottom, Should drop, yep, there we go. Got it dropped in there real nice. Use the big chisel here, and I marked around the outside edge of this. Once I get this all marked, we'll go ahead and I'll get the router back out. I'll router this in so it insets down in there just a little better, and then we can go ahead and drill the sides for the handle, and then the holes for the skeleton key, and then, gosh, then we're about ready to go hang it and get the striker plate on the frame, and we'll be all good to go. Alrighty, now we can see if that'll set down in there. Oh yeah, that sits down in there nice. Make sure that bottom's all cleaned out. I got some gunk in the bottom, so hey, we'll get these things set out and I'll bring it back and show you when we drill the side for the handle and the skeleton key. Alright, so as you can see, we got our holes here to drill. One up here, a 5/8 for the door handle, and then I believe these were 5/16, 3 of them down here. Just make sure you get centered in the right one. We are using an 1 3/8 door, so we'll get onto that one. That one got all wild on me. But we do have a plate that's fairly large on these that'll keep that away from there. So now I do have to, since I about put it in there wrong. Since my door is actually going the other way. Like I said, this is the front of the door, so of course that's not going to work that way. So you do have to take this apart, pull this little screw out of here. There's a spring inside of here. Take that out, flip this over, and you're back in business. So I'm going to kind of put this together, and we'll bring you back when we're ready to hang it. Here's the inside. Take that plate off, and hopefully not send the spring flying across the room. Key is keeping this thing back where it's supposed to go. There we go. Alright. Everything should be all closed up. I did not drop the screw. There we go. Spun around. Screwed back in. And we'll just double check it. Here's the lock. You bet. It works both ways just fine. Put the handles and everything together. Alright, so we got all the hardware and everything put on here, and everything, lock works. If I can turn it the right way. There we go, like that. And hey, the door even closes. So hey, you gotta like that. That one's all finished up, but hey, let me show you what the actual finished ones look like. So come on over here and check this out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely gorgeous. That is just, that's what we want to see right there. So a little hard work on these. That does take some time to get done, but hey, it was definitely worth it in the long run. So hey, go down there, subscribe to it, like it, share it, whatever you got to do, guys. Hey, We'll see you guys next time. See ya.